With the Appalachian Mountains to the east and the Mississippi River to the west, Tennessee has some of the most dangerous prisons in the country. With large cities such as Nashville and Memphis, there are plenty of criminals to fill these prisons. What do you know about the Tennessee state prisons and the dangerous people they hold? Let's take a look. Tennessee, a landlocked state in the U.S. South, it has 14 state prisons, 4 of which are run privately by Core Civic. For 2022, the Tennessee Department of Correction had an operating budget of over $1 billion, taking nearly 8% of the total state budget. Tennessee Department of Correction employs over 5,000 staff, with almost 25,000 incarcerated individuals. Within the prison system, there were 11 offender homicides, with an additional 31 where the manner of death is still pending. We will start with possibly the most violent facility in the state, and where death row for male offenders is housed. Riverbend Maximum Security Institution. The prison is located in Nashville, Tennessee. The facility was intended to replace the Tennessee State Penitentiary, which is located nearby. Riverbend opened in 1989 and is considered one of the most high-tech prisons in the state. Located on 132 acres with 320,000 square feet of operating space. The prison has an operating capacity of 748. 480 of which are classified as high risk. With death row at the facility, it houses some of the most dangerous offenders in the state. Currently, there are 47 males on death row at the prison. The majority, 24, are from Shelby County, with Memphis being the largest city in the county. The most notable inmate on death row is Jesse Dotson. The court handed him 6 death sentences for killing his brother, 3 other adults, and 2 children in 2008. Dotson previously served 18 years for second-degree murder and hadn't even been out of prison for a year when this incident occurred. Riverbend is a violent facility. In February 2022, 40-year-old Bradley Johnson was found dead at the prison. After an 8-month investigation, Robert Bryan was charged with murder. Johnson was serving a 43-year sentence at the time of his death, while Bryant was serving a 31-year sentence for aggravated assault. Bryant was expected to be released in 2041. Later, in April 2022, another inmate was also murdered. Justin Walters was found dead in his cell and it is being investigated as a homicide. He was serving a 15-year sentence. At this time, no arrests have been made. The next facility, Morgan County Correctional Complex, has had its fair share of violent incidents. The facility is located in the hills of East Tennessee near Wartburg. While the prison opened in 1980, a major expansion was completed in 2009. The expansion allowed the state to close the nearby and historic Brushy Mountain State Prison, resulting in a $3.6 million savings for the taxpayers. It is designed to hold almost 2,500 offenders as a medium security prison. 120 of those beds are for maximum security offenders. Over the last several years, there are numerous news reports of officers being beaten by offenders at the facility. In 2015, an officer was beaten badly, breaking his nose and eye socket. A similar incident occurred in 2019. In 2018, 8 people were indicted in a scheme to smuggle contraband into the facility. This was not your normal visitor smuggling contraband. Robert Fusco escaped from the facility only to attempt to break back in with drugs, cell phones, and tobacco. I'm not sure I've ever heard of anyone trying to break back into prison. 3 other inmates, William Richmond, Cecil Kendall, and Ethan Self, were also charged with aiding in the conspiracy. 2 former correctional officers, Josh Sexton and Megan Jones, were also charged with various crimes. In another inmate scheme, Charles Elsey was found guilty in April 2022 of running a drug distribution network from inside Morgan County Correctional Complex. He was responsible for distributing more than 125 pounds of methamphetamine and running several marijuana grow houses. The federal government seized $1.26 million during the case. Elsey was already serving a sentence for a 1996 murder and was the state president of the Brotherhood Forever gang. Our last facility, Turney Center Industrial Complex, may be just as dangerous. Located in Only, Tennessee, about an hour west of Nashville, the facility opened in 1971 and houses almost 1,700 offenders. Per the name, the facility has an emphasis on industry and job skills. In April 2022, Rachel Dollard was charged with second-degree murder after attempting to pass contraband to an inmate through a kiss during a visit at the facility. Joshua Brown swallowed the balloons passed to him and later died after one ruptured in his stomach. In 2016, an officer was taken hostage at the facility for 3 hours. It started when 16 inmates attacked 3 officers, stabbing 2 of them. Most of the inmates were serving time for violent offenses. Serial killer Bruce Mendenhall, also known as the truck stop killer, is currently housed at the facility. He was caught in 2007 and found guilty in 2010. He is suspected of killing up to 9 women. Mendenhall is serving a life sentence and will never be released. Another notable inmate at the facility is Kong Bu Nam. He was convicted for murdering 3 people during a robbery of a restaurant in 1987. The case was featured on the show I Almost Got Away With It. He wasn't sentenced for the crime until 1998. Although he is serving life, he shows a release eligibility date of 2057. We have now profiled 3 of the most dangerous prisons in Tennessee. These prisons house the most violent men in the state. Let me know in the comments if you had another prison on your list. Also, if you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. As always, see you next time.